Hey guys, it's Chris here. And I'm back this week again with another one of these talks. And I think at the end of last time when I decided to put it online, I wanted to call it the Toned and Toneful podcasts or discussion or something like that. I'll keep working on that, but I want to keep coming back every week on Tuesday for you guys with some information that's either going to help you guys with your mental thought process. It's something that's going to help you with your physique or something that's going to help you with your ability in music. So those are the things that I'm going to focus on this particular discussion slash podcast. I don't know how we want to call it yet. Right now I'm having some Phil's coffee. It's really good. It's a Latin American blend, but it's not a single origin, so can't be too picky today. So today I took down some notes because I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit more thoroughly. And as you guys can see, I have a microphone here because I wanted to be able to catch a lot more of what I was saying without it being so quiet in the background. And in the future, I would really love to be able to add more of like some of my music in the background and stuff like that. First off, I just wanted to say thank you guys for the crazy response. There were some comments on the post, but I got a lot of them mostly as DMs because people had strong feelings, and maybe it wasn't something they wanted to mention out loud in a public comment. I just wanted to say thank you to you guys because it's kind of crazy to think there are so many people in this world who are in the same position that I'm in. So I'm really happy to talk to you guys. As you guys can see here, my hand's out of the cast. I went to my first physical therapy the other day. I'm able to move around. I can't close my hand all the way yet, and I can't open it all the way yet. The cuts are starting to close now, so it's getting a lot better. So we're on our way to healing and playing guitar. All right, guys, I took some notes here so that way I could be a little bit more clear about this week's subject. So this week I wanted to talk to you guys about communication and love. And do we really love what we do? Like when we say we have a hobby or the person we're with, things like that. So I want to have a little discussion about how that connects to perfectionism. Because last week we talked about perfectionism and how you can hold yourself back with all these different little variables, and you can make yourself not be on your actual trajectory. Well, this is another one of them, and I think this is one that holds a lot of people who are perfectionists back, is communication. Because what ends up happening is as we're working on being perfect, we actually start communicating less because we're trying to formulate better answers, more perfect answers. A lot of perfectionists might be the quiet one in the corner of the room and will only say the perfect thing every once in a while. Some might not even bring anything up, like their hobbies or what they're really good at, because they're afraid that it's not perfect to their standards, so they won't share it. So it's something that perfectionism is broken off of from. I find that a lot of people, when they're entering a mindset that they don't want to communicate, a lot of times they feel that they can't communicate correctly. That might be the fault of the listener. That might be an individual. Maybe this person is just communicating to one person. But I'm kind of thinking of this more on a broad scale where we're communicating with people in the daily, and as a person we're choosing not to communicate because we're not able to get that particular sentence out that we think will be just right to get us the result that we want or have the particular effect that we want when we're having our conversations. How does this pertain to love, you may ask? Well, when you're really loving something, say that we say we love guitar or we love working out or we love something, but we're one of those people who puts our passion, we hide it inside. We're working on the album, and you put up the little teasers for years and then scrap the ideas and then start a new idea and then put out teasers for a new thing, and you get awfully close. You get 80, you get 70% of the project done, and then for some odd reason that last 20% where the real work kicks in. You guys got to remember, the real work kicks in at the end of a project when you're tying it together and really being able to just put it out. Something happens with the communication. I notice a lot of perfectionists will choose to cut themselves off from their friends and the people that they're working with, or a lot of perfectionists will tend to put themselves in the position where there's a bunch of little things in the way that just they can't get past, and it's small variables, and we all know that the project could continue past that. It could be sonically how the album sounds. It could be one part, it doesn't transition the way the person wants, and they argue with maybe the whole band to the point that the band breaks up over it. or the song just stops being worked on because people stop sending each other stuff. That is not the kind of world that you guys want to be living in. So keep in the mindset that, remember, that part of love is communicating. So remember that, guys. How does love start? I want to give you guys a small story. Love always starts with communication. Whether that's with another person or a friend, you meet them and you just start going off. You're talking, and these talks lead to you being closer and to you understanding each other better, thus forming love at some point or another. The same thing happens with music, right? Like when I went to my first NAMM in 2014, and I had the opportunity to talk with other guitar players who cared about the pole spacing between pickups and who cared about, the size of a string, whether you're tuning in D or tuning in E, it made a huge difference. It wasn't just your local guitar shop guy who's like, well, tune it to drop D and it doesn't matter. Like, that was huge for me. It taught me to communicate. It actually led me to so many friends that I have today. Actually, most of my friends that I have today that are very close and who I feel I can express myself any way I want were made from those years, from me being on my highest communicative point. Making sure to ask questions when I really actually honestly had a question. Ask a question. Don't be afraid to do that. If you're really engaged in something and you like it, rock out. Because guess what? You're not going to have a chance to rock out to it again later, especially if it's someone playing live, it's something, have fun. If you want to have a certain experience, try your best to make that come true. So what I'm saying in all of this anyway is that when I was in my highest point of communication, I was able to achieve the most community and love. And in that community and love, I had the most success because I have the ability to work with different people and I have the ability to talk with different people and guide my life in a trajectory that matters. So remember, guys, communication is incredibly important. Being the person who's going to say that they're going to work on their demo for 6 months in their room and nail out these immaculate guitar solos, they will definitely impress people, probably will. But the question is, did you have any fun in the process, or are you only caring about the result? So remember, love is about the whole being in it. Like when you're in a relationship, what are you hoping for? Just the wedding? What are you hoping for? Just the funeral? No one's hoping for those things. And if you are, maybe you're looking at it in a very pinpointed way, and it should be looked at it in a way that, hey, we have this opportunity to enjoy every day and to enjoy multiple chances of communication and multiple chances of idea making together as much as we can. So let's enjoy that, right? The biggest thing that I wanted to stress in this also is with me talking to you guys, I don't always want to present it if you just communicate, everything will be better. Sometimes you're going to communicate and you're going to say the wrong thing, and then you're going to meet a person who now doesn't like you. That's okay. And I'm not saying it's okay, just make people don't like you, but if someone doesn't fall along in the same line of world that you're in, and it doesn't have to be just one thought, but say your personalities don't click just to be in the same room together, don't beat yourself up over it. Certain people are meant to know certain people. But find the people who feel good for you to be around. And again, communicate with them. Ask them questions when you're curious. Do these things. I think one of the main things that we need to do is be honest when we also talk about love and communication. Are we honest with ourselves? Are we asking a question because we want accolades? Are we asking a question because we want attention? Are we asking a question because we're just generally curious, we need to know an answer? And I want us to always think about those kind of things. And I wish that many more people would think about those things when they were choosing to do music, because music is hard. When they're choosing to do working out, because working out is hard. When you choose to do anything really, actually doesn't matter what you choose to do, it's hard. And I think the biggest thing that we can choose to do is make the commitment to be in it. But you got to love it every day. So it starts with honesty. Do I really love this? Is this what I want to do? Okay, cool, check. I do. Say that you do want to do it. Then you got to start communicating and start being in the community with it so that you can have people to be around, to build the ideas, to build yourself past the stumbling or blocking points that you are at. These are such important things when you're trying to work past your communication because of perfectionism, your communication because of being embarrassed or social anxiety. Remember, don't let these things eat you up. Everyone has a certain amount of time in this life to do things. My hand is hurt right now and I can't play for you guys. And it has me thinking a lot as I make these videos, what could I do in the future to be better about utilizing my time when I'm playing guitar to just play for you guys and play ideas that I like for you guys. And if someone doesn't like it, it's okay. If someone makes a bad comment, that's okay, because you want to know what? That's their opinion on the matter, but I'm still going to say what I have to say. Like any person, if I need to talk to you, I'm going to ask you like, hey, is the bathroom over there? Hey, sir, is like, how much does it cost for that item on the menu? It doesn't matter what it is. You need to be ready to communicate with people and do what you need to do. And I really hope that you guys enjoy like some of these discussions, because I'm starting to have more ideas that I want to share with you guys. And while these first two might be on perfectionism, I have a lot of other things that I do want to talk to you guys about. So remember that perfectionism is a subject I might broach upon every once in a while, because I'm one of those people that I actually currently deal with that, and I deal with that in my own personal life. So I'm gonna talk about it. But there's so many other things that I want to talk to you guys about, and so much music I want to share with you guys. So I just wanted to say thanks for hanging in there with me this week and talking with me a little bit about communication and perfectionism. Remember, guys, honesty, practice it being clear communication. Don't waste your time or what you want to say, like get to it. That could even include writing a song. So like remember that when sometimes like you're like writing music and you're like, what's not clicking here? It might not be the drum beat. It might not be the guitar part. The part that might not be clicking is actually like you haven't like actually said anything. So remember, like practice clear communication in our love, practice clear communication in our just when we deal with people, and you'll be surprised that you won't feel the pressure of perfectionism, because you'll be getting results daily, and those are putting you actually closer to where you want to be. And if that's what you really actually want to do, and you actually honestly answered I love this, then you'll do it. All right, guys, I really hope you have a good week. Catch you later.